tonight. She's abandoned us. So it's just you guys tonight.
What about Kim?
It was ignoring him because he's not here.
Oh.
Has he said anything?
Nope.
Kim!
He's online.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of, I think he has set his phone the same way you have set yours. Always online.
My phone is always online?
I mean, I've never seen you offline. I always
You're either
do not
on or you're do not disturb, but you're always online.
Oh yeah, no, I'm always do not disturb.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm just always online.
I think a hip, hop the hippie, hippie, pop it, don't stop.
How's that?
Hey! Say something more.
Much better.
Fuck yourself.
Perfect.
It's gonna be hot today, so I don't care if you're my fan, to be honest.
It's not that bad.
It's bad.
Maybe it's too bad.
I mean, we can only barely hear the fan when you talk, but not when you are not talking.
Yeah. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. So,
I guess we should start then, huh?
should we wait like until 4 more minutes?
Sure, we'll give Kim 4 more minutes.
Why isn't Jimmy here?
She's abroad.
Holiday.
And I said abroad, not abroad. Funny.
She's always abroad.
Yeah, exactly. And this is why. Double meaning.
Isn't
Left
English
out.
wonderful?
Mm-hmm.
And what about Kim?
That's
No idea.
Because he hasn't said anything. I could just, recite the buffalo sentence.
What's that?
Oh, come on, madman. You don't know the buffalo sentence?
I'd fuck me. Is that? Isn't that Buffalo Bill?
No.
Ew.
No.
Ew.
It is buffalo, 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 buffalo.
That's not a sentence.
Yes, it is.
String.
No, it is a grammatically correct sentence.
Yeah, we went through this before,
Yeah.
like 4 times.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Buffalo Bill. You know the whole. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me hard. And while he does this in front of the mirror.
No, it's playing on American grammar.
Yeah.
So you have the noun buffalo, the proper noun buffalo, the common noun buffalo, the verb buffalo, and the adjective buffalo. And it's stringing them together in a specific way that actually makes grammatical sense, although the sentence itself is complete nonsense.
Fantastic.
I love it as an example of the American, as the English language. It's just, it can't get any better.
Is there a difference between the American and English language?
Yes,
Yeah.
there is. Yeah.
Well, besides that, you guys spell things like aluminum.
Aluminum.
No. Yeah, do you though?
A large part of it's the grammar and
Oh, okay.
American English stealing a bunch of other words that are quite literally still that same language. We're just using them.
Yeah. It's also a lot of the way things are referred to as different. So, in UK English, a biscuit is a different thing than a biscuit in American English.
Or smoking a fag means something completely different in England
Exactly.
than in the US.
Exactly, yes. So yeah, a biscuit in the UK is a cookie in the US. And a biscuit in the US is a scone in the UK. Kind of.
Hmm.
Where the hell is Kim?
Cam. He has 40 more seconds to go.
If he doesn't show, I'm just going to read Buffalo to you all night.
No, please don't. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
7.
No!
32, 14, 16.
Damn you!
All right, so
Yeah.
we'll start without him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Where last we left off, you are all standing in the courtyard of the Paladins' training barracks with a number of Paladins, one of which you are currently helping to consciousness. All of you quite singed after a encounter with a very large, very hot, pun intended, demon woman.
And
I was gonna bring up a point. We're in the middle of the Paladin headquarters, right?
yeah, well, barracks, like side point.
And we just started launching a bunch of like combat magic spells in the middle of the barracks. What are the Paladins doing?
You are getting some very unusual looks, and most of them seem to be looking around to figure out who's in charge.
Yeah,
You can give me
I
an
think.
insight check if you'd like.
Yeah, I think we ended last session with like right after the battle, so I don't think we've had any time to
you have
interact
not
with someone.
really had any chance yet to figure
Oh.
out. So
Yeah,
you can
it was
I
like
was gonna-
spells and flaming lady of fire. Like, yeah, the flaming lady took priority over the guys shooting spells in the barracks.
Well, I
Yeah.
was gonna bring it up because of isn't it illegal?
Magic is not illegal in Titan. Magic is illegal in certain areas in Titan.
This is one
Like a
of these
Paladin
areas.
headquarters.
Technically, no one should ever be in here that's not a paladin, and there are technically no signs posted that say that magic is illegal in here.
Well, I'm
But
sure we
paladins
can.
don't do magic, so it's kind of a...
Yeah, I'm sure we can talk our way out of it for an exception. Just remind me, Casey, the wall around this place was high enough for us not being able to see this fire lady on the inside, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So, for as far as we know,
It's a
we are the only
four-story
people.
wall.
Yeah, we are like on the courtyard right now, and people who have basically only the order and us currently know about
Correct.
the thing. All right. Doc, you were healing someone, right?
Yeah, I was healing one of the
This guy.
paladins.
Mm.
I'm not on the battle map.
Oh.
Yeah, I
you're
don't
not.
think any of us are. Or. Boop, 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 boop. Well, just in case, we're gonna keep on fighting.
You were
Hopefully
healing
not.
this time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you're all kind of standing there a minute. Aodin, you kind of look around, and it's hard to read these guys, in part because a lot of them still have their helmets on.
I can't see their fucking face.
It kind of makes
They have the
things,
perfect poker face.
it does kind of make things difficult to read.
Yeah.
At least half of them are staring in my direction.
Yeah.
Yes, most of them at the moment. Well, you are right near Tenzin.
Yeah.
So 90% of them are steering towards the robot that's healing someone, the elf that's just been casting magic, and the blue lightning creature. Yes.
Yeah. Roach turns to the
there's one guy looking at Zai, and the rest of them are all looking at the three of you.
I kind of turn to the group and say, "What happened here? Where did that thing come from?"
One of the paladins kind of shakes his head and goes, "We were on the gate, and there was a detail burning the cultist bodies, and it came out of the crematorium."
And there were dogs everywhere.
Melee, shut up.
We healed. I healed the paladin 23 points.
I don't think he heard that.
Oh, I
Yes,
can
it
still
did.
hear. I just had
Okay.
the mic muted to shout at the dog.
Cool.
Right, 23. Got it.
I came here to report in, and when I saw that we were under attack, I called in help from the rest of my group. This is this group.
Once he says that, Aiden puts his hand up very gently,
Like that or that?
single hand.
Okay.
Just a second. Let me just look up a name.
Okay, while you are doing that, Casey, can I just whisper to Aiden?
Mm-hmm.
So, how come that fire lady was very angry at you?
He glances at you and says, "Talk about it in a minute."
Okay.
So what's your connection to the demon?
That's true. Very true. Very true.
Possibly
Maybe not
the best
here.
question for the moment.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I whispered it, though. Who would be in charge of the day-to-day workings here? Is there a captain of kind, or is there a overseer?
Well, there would normally be a ranking paladin.
Mm-hmm. But now all of us here are kind of the same rank.
Looking around, you do not see a... well, I mean, there would still be someone here of rank. Just whoever has been a paladin the longest.
Mm.
But you can tell from the glances around that they're giving that whoever was in charge is
He's dead.
not here. And they're not sure which one of them is next in line.
Okay.
They're kind of looking around going, well, I've been a paladin for 3 years, and I know he's been a paladin for
7
2 years, and shit, I don't remember when he joined, and... it's
All right,
that
And
kind
just
of-
take charge. Just
Yeah.
take charge.
All right. First things first. Is anything else on fire that we need to put out?
As you start saying that, and you start looking around, most everything in here is stone.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not much in the way of fire.
Okay. I think we need to both contact the headquarters to receive more orders on how to handle this, but we also need to... people outside are panicking. We need to calm them down.
As you are actually saying that, you actually do begin to hear the gate opening behind you. You remember that after you came in, it was closed.
Yes, I did put the squire outside with the car outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He closed the gate behind you to make sure the thing didn't get out.
Yeah, exactly.
And the gate begins to open.
All right.
Aiden has a sneaking suspicion of who it is.
Blake's.
That fuck Blake's.
Right in time to take credit for defeating the monster.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I should just call it in right now before he has time to do it, right?
Yeah, do it.
Okay, I'll call into call into dispatch.
Okay, as you begin to ring dispatch, you
Yeah.
actually see who is standing in the gate.
Yes.
And I'm just getting you the image now.
Is it Tyrell Moore?
No, it's not Tyrell Moore. It is this
Fat fuck.
What the fuck?
who
And who is that?
you recognize as Lord Sigmar Kelmdire.
Come what? Comdire.
Kelmdire.
Condire. Okay. And why is he important?
He is important because he is one of the 5 Lords of the Order.
Oh.
Very important for you.
Yeah.
Yes, he is in fact the keeper of the second tenet.
Which
Okay.
is
I should know this by heart. Give me 1 second.
You should know this, yes.
Hang on.
He's like having to look up the company register,
Yeah.
like through his menu. Like, shit, where was
Shit,
it? The
shit.
menu.
Hang on.
it's protect the weak.
I know. I knew that. I knew that. I have it right here. Fuck you, Doc.
And behind him you see 6 other paladins.
Okay. I would kind of
And
start.
you also see the squire that was driving the
I-
car looking a bit sheepish and off to the side.
Okay. It's still on the
I-
phone. Go ahead. Sorry.
I lean over and whisper to Zephyr and tell him he should probably not stand around in the middle of the Paladin headquarters when Captain Blakes wants to find him.
That's I never got that part. If he was actually be a wanted, or if he.
Well,
just-
he was the one freaking out,
Yeah. That's true.
and now he's standing here in the middle.
Well, I mean, that's one of the many lords. Yeah.
Yeah, Blake is not a lord.
No, it's
And
not what I was saying.
Yeah, no, I'm just
No,
saying
I'm
that.
I'm sure you got what I was saying.
No, I think I get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to think of what Kim probably would do.
I mean,
I mean,
I wouldn't do anything for Kim, really.
Because
she's
to
not
be
here.
honest, if you all would have let him know, I'm sure, that they could see him turning invisible last time.
Yeah.
So that's not a good plan.
Yeah. And
Just straight
and
out
he-
running would be like suspect.
Yeah.
Very,
It's your
yeah.
fucking magic
yeah.
creature.
And he's like, he doesn't have quarrels with the order itself. He has or quarrels with one particular paladin of the order whose dad.
I
was-
didn't mean to make it a thing.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
he was the one
Sure.
literally taking 10 minutes to freak out about it in game.
Sure.
Yeah, but he's not here, so it doesn't matter.
So,
The thing is, just to clarify the point, his character has historic issues with Blake the Paladin's father. That's where the issue is. Who is not a paladin.
as approaching this Simar Condire, I would just raid into dispatch. This is Paladin Christopher Roaches, just reporting in that I and a squad of paladins, including the members of the Vigilant, have dispatched the fire demon that was in the barracks. I would now report
Well,
to
It's also just got
Simar
away.
Condire. Yeah, I will do the full report to Simar Condire. We did
The response that you get over the radio is, understood, Paladin. Lord Kelmdire is on site and should be taking charge of the situation presently.
Yes, he's 10 feet in front of me.
Then I would suggest that you
And he's
present
huge!
yourself to him.
Yes, he's a giant. I did not know we had these in the order.
No, I made the picture bigger so that you can
I
see
know,
it.
I know.
Yeah.
Smart as a joke.
Yeah. And basically, I just say this like in helmet while approaching and then removing it when I get close. And kind of usher the rest of them to come up. Like,
Well, as long as the other ones aren't dying, I'm all right.
No, there was the one that was
Yeah.
unconscious. All of the others look like they seem to have patched themselves up fairly
Okay, good.
fairly well.
Good.
And all of them basically fall into a line and salute as Kelmdire approaches.
shit. I'll stand here in front, a little bit in front of them, in that, I guess, and start saluting.
All right.
How do paladins salute? Is it the standard?
Do they put their they're up there
It
on
would-
their
it
heart,
would
the
actually
fist on
probably-
their heart?
It would probably be across the chest. Yeah, not at the temple.
Oh.
Okay. Like that?
No, fist.
No. No.
Yeah.
That's a
Not-
much easier motion in
No, yeah,
heavy
yeah.
armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
My head's not with it tonight. Where is my stuff? I have lost my stuff. Hold on a minute. I've lost my stuff, guys.
Oh, it's fine. I got this. Condire says, "Oh, I'm so happy that you all saved us. I will now declare you heroes of the city, and you will receive a handsome reward, including a keep with 3 dragons inside of it."
Yeah, no.
Wow.
It's getting worse and worse for you the more you can.
I will remind you that we're the ones who brought in the body. That caused all
No,
this.
Yeah,
we
but
did
they're-
not bring it in. They
Yeah,
fuck-
Blake fucking did it.
yeah, Blake's did this. We just need to make sure to point in that direction before
He-
Blake says something along the lines, well, they brought it into the city, so...
And also, these guys were dumb enough to fucking cremate her after we said she was a fucking fire demon.
Or demon devoted to
They're
fire.
gonna
Yeah.
try to burn the body.
Yeah, I mean, we can discuss point fingers who did what, Blake's later, and then...
It was Blake's idea to do it in
Yeah.
the first place.
Exactly. We wanted to chop her off and throw her into the water.
Anyway,
As he approaches, he looks at you and he goes, "Ah, Reichensburg." And then you take the helmet off. And he kind of looks a moment and goes, "Oh. Yes, of course."
Reichenberg's prodigy.
Hello.
Ah, there you
Hi.
are.
Sorry about that. How are we?
All
We
dead.
are right after the battle with the thing, and now we are dealing with the fallout with the order and what to do now.
Yes.
Like
Okay.
the fire lady just disappeared.
Oh yeah.
You are
Finally.
you are hiding behind a line of paladins as one of the lords of the order just walked up
Okay.
and is standing between you and the only way out of this place.
No, he's not. It's called invisibility.
Well, no, we did tell you last time that they saw you. They saw you,
Yeah, the
and
group
they,
would have let you know that they tracked you the last time you did that.
yeah. And the only reason they didn't go after you was because we convinced them not to.
Yeah.
Not that important.
Details. Okay.
Yes.
And
He approaches and addresses Reichensburg, and then you take your helmet off. And then he
Christopher Rokus.
Yes,
Hal. Christopher.
yes, I had forgotten that. Very well. Give me an update then, Paladin Rokus.
Well, we arrived at the scene to originally quench a fire, but as we opened the gate, we discovered a giant fire demon engaging these brave men and women behind me. we rushed in to help them deal with the situation, and as we hurt it, it somehow disappeared into thin air. We believe that it's either dead or did magic to teleport away.
He nods for a moment, and then he looks past you and he says, Paladin Selgen, can you corroborate this knight's story? And one of the knights takes a step forward from ahead of the other ones, and he kind of looks around and goes, I can, Lord, yes. There was an explosion at the crematorium, and the demon, the creature, made an attack. We held it at bay as best we could, and our fellow paladin and his allies arrived and were able to, we believe, force it to retreat. And the Lord nods for a moment, and he says, tell me then, Paladin Rochus, how were you and your allies able to drive away this creature when your fellows were not?
There's it's a long explanation. We had dealing with these demons before. We originally fought some of their possessed offspring outside of the city. They are worshippers of Prometheus, a demon lord of fire. We killed one of them and brought it in for studying. We believe that this is speculation on my point, but we believe that it was the body itself that somehow gained some. I don't know much about magic, so.
What fool would have placed the cultist of a fire demon in a crematorium?
Well, I don't know. I gave the body over to Paladin Blake's, and then
he glances over at the other paladins behind you, and the one that spoke before kind of clears his throat and he says, my lord, the crematorium was in use for the cultists of the orb, which had been dispatched by Paladin Blake. My understanding is that the demon which was brought in was not at the crematorium.
Was not the explosion at the crematorium?
It was, yes.
Then I think we need to investigate this more.
The Lord kind of looks around a bit confused, and he says, Paladin, where was the body of this so-called demon? And the Paladin kind of looks around and he says, well, as far as I'm aware, Paladin Blake took it into the vault below. And the Lord kind of nods, and he says, very well then, I would have you take me below and show me where you believe this body to be.
Be right back.
And he turns to Christopher,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, you may accompany me, but your allies would not be permitted below.
Yes, sir. And as walking past him, he will just go, oh my god.
And before we head below, I'm just going to nip to the toilet. I'll be 1 minute.
Sure. Seeger,
Mm-hmm.
where you had a theory of where the headquarters was, right?
Could it be something completely different? I mean, it's just a theory. It's a loose theory, loose connection.
Sure. Would your character know about how to deal with like demons, like with preparations?
I'm back.
Casey went to the bathroom.
I mean,
Oh,
it's something.
I'm gonna go get
probably
something to eat then.
It's something probably a roll would answer, but I mean, the first age had a lot more demons than the third age, so.
Yeah. I'm thinking like we need to find some kind of cleric from the old age.
Sigurd, you weren't here for that part, but that's partially true.
What do you mean?
The demons were very live and well in third age. It's just that they had plane changed and taken over a separate plane, so they were more than ever and was invading currently to take over space in the current plane area. So I don't think you were there for that part, but they were currently in an invasion mode.
Yeah, but I mean on Olyndar.
I'm
Yeah,
well aware that they pressed the advantage, and I mean.
Oh,
that-
on Olyndar. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably correct there. Yeah.
I'm back. What have I missed?
Okay. Nothing. We're just discussing like how we should investigate this, basically.
Okay. So, Lord Kelmger, Rochus, and the other younger paladin head below.
And you can't press that. Like, maybe it'd be helpful to bring along.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
I mentioned like as we like start walking, I say, the reason I'm traveling, sir, if I may, the reason I am traveling with one of these elves is because he is a master within the arcane. I do believe that his eyes on this matter would maybe help us gain some insight in how this could have happened. I don't know a lot about magic, but he does.
He kind of looks at you a moment and he nods and he says, "And what is your recollection of the first tenet?"
That's true. I'm sorry, sir. I was focusing on the second one.
Of course. But I believe neither of us wishes to cross Lord Tyrell.
No. That was just me kissing ass.
So the three of you head off. What do the rest of you do? Basically, there's a group of paladins here that once the Lord turns to leave, basically start trying to halfway keep an eye on you because you're not really supposed to be in here, and halfway go back to their posts and figure out what they're supposed to be doing next.
I walk up to the nearest paladin and ask him, do you mind if I see the crematorium where this fire lady came from? Just to talk.
Unfortunately, I don't really have clearance to take you any further into the barracks than you currently are. To be honest, in most cases, you would not be this far in, and it's only because of the dire situation, I believe, that that has so far been acceptable.
Oh, the dire situation of us saving your ass from a demon? My apologies. I won't go any further into your precious barracks.
Thank you. And we won't mention the methods which you used to, as you put it, save our asses.
Oh yeah, your methods were very useful. Really packing a punch there. I walk away.
Casey's just making a note. Kim, remind me, but you're actually just having like a problem with one of the like the Blakes, not the organizations themselves, right? Like you don't have a wanted poster of
Casey, stop! Stop laughing. No, it's all good. All good.
Okay.
No, you know, there might be like certain groups that kind of know who I am, like, within scientific regions. And,
Okay, maybe I shouldn't ask anymore. Okay.
uh,
Just checking.
Okay, so does anybody else do anything else up top other than piss off the paladins?
I think Doc is making something, just grabbing something to eat. So
Oh, is he still? I thought he got back.
I don't know. I can't
I
hear him
imagine
at least.
Tenzin would be doing something, but
Yeah.
Okay, we can come back to that.
I'm back.
Hold on.
Oh,
Hey,
there
my
he is.
wife. My hold on. Joanne's shouting. Hold on.
Speak of the
Damn
devil. One person gets back
Yeah.
and another has to leave.
Okay. Doc, you-
Doc, I just burned the shit out of paladins, so they might be a little bit.
So if he is playing the bad cup, you gotta play the good cup now and mend some wounds. Prides
Why?
have.
Why do you burn them?
Well, because
How
he's
did you
sitting
burn?
here like, oh, I won't report your methods. Fucking, I was like, oh yeah, yours are really working out. Really gave him fun, but I can't.
Like not burn with fire, like rather burn with sick burns.
I know. How and why?
Okay, so basically the paladin, I walked up. I was like, look, can I see the crematorium? I don't want to like go into the place, but I just want to look at the outside. And he's like, nah, you're not even really supposed to be here. I was like, okay, well, we're the ones who just saved your asses, so sorry about that. I won't go any further into your precious barracks. He's like, all right, yeah, that works, and I won't tell Paladin about your methods of which you saved our asses.
Yep.
Sick of Paladins. We're gonna kill him.
so, I'm gonna walk up behind Roche.
I'm not here anymore. I'm walking off. Yeah. Yeah. Did you miss that part? I'm getting taken below to see where the explosion was supposed to happen, or where the body of that tiefling girl was supposed to be. So we're just gonna check if the remains are still there, or if that was sort of thing.
Sorry, I should have said earlier, but is it okay, Casey? I'm just gonna walk straight after him, like almost behind him.
I don't
And
think
keep-
he's hearing you without
He's
phones on.
just now getting back.
I'm back.
So, Casey.
Yep.
Sorry I didn't say, but I want to be able to almost walk in the footsteps of Madman, because I don't trust these guys for 5 seconds, so I'm going to keep Madman between them and myself.
They also said,
Yeah.
like, I tried to get Aiden with me, and they said no. Remember the first tenant, to keep the secrets of the order safe.
Madman is literally
And so they
leaving.
basically didn't let anyone else come with as we're traveling below.
Yeah, Madman is literally leaving the area.
Are you still gonna try to like get in between them? Because Kim, I think you're muted.
Oh, sorry. What was that?
Madman is
No,
leaving.
I missed both because I looked at Casey and he's talking, but I can't hear him. And
Yeah,
then I
no.
looked at and then I heard some sort of scrapping noises.
My mic was muted.
Okay.
Yeah, and I couldn't see either. My bad.
No,
Sorry,
Madman is literally leaving the area. He's being taken deeper into the compound.
Yeah, I want to join him.
Okay, well, I will say before you try to follow, you did just hear him try to convince them to let Eowyn come down, and was flat out told no, you.
Well, I'm gonna slowly walk after him, and if anybody stops me, I'm gonna be like, sorry! And then I'm gonna have to run to you then. If anybody does.
As soon as they head towards the area below, and you go to step in behind them, two of the other paladins that came in with the Lord step between you and him.
Oh.
It's alright, Zephyr. I will just be gone for a second.
I'm gonna look at you, and I'm gonna make the gesture of like, call me.
He does the nod, like.
I'm gonna turn on my earpiece, and I'm gonna be like, are you there? to
okay.
to Roach. Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll turn off on my earpiece as we are walking off. And he kind of hits it twice, so it's kind of like that.
Okay. You know,
Okay.
if something happens, I'll be there. I'll kill them all. Okay.
Tenzin just shakes his head,
Open
and puts his
radio.
puts his hands up
Yeah, yeah. You can see Roach like before
on Zephyr, like no.
Yeah,
You're effectively saying this to him on his company phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And he's doing like it's 2 for yes, 1 for no, and it's like you
no.
like yes, like no.
So nobody gets hurt, my friend. Okay. Nobody.
I hang up.
I will remind you, Zephyr, he's been with the Order far longer than he's been your friend.
But I look up to him. He's like good. You know?
Oh.
Tenzin says that he is sure that the Order understands the way of things, and that we will eventually be able to work together with our friend.
Okay. Tenzin, do you promise? We'll see him again, right?
Of course, we will see him.
You're
Guys,
kind of like him.
I'm actually switching character, and this is how I died.
I'm gonna stand there like a bit disheartened.
Okay.
No, last time anybody walked out, they never came back.
I can barely hear Kim. Is that just me? Or...
No.
He's a little faint.
Oh, sorry.
Kim, turn up your mic.
Yeah, well, sorry about that.
All right. So, anyone else doing anything up top before we swap to down below?
Is the big guy in charge going with Rokus?
Yes, it's the Lord that's in charge. It's one of the other knights and Rokus. That's the 3 that are going below. So you're being left up here with the 5 knights that were already here, and the 8 knights that arrived with Lord Keldrin.
I would ask if everybody is okay. Basically, I just, ask if they're all right with
Yeah, I
their
mean,
wounds.
they basically thank you for the assistance, but then they also inform you that they do have their own medicine as well, and basically they appreciate the help, but no thanks.
No problem.
Can you guys hear me okay now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's better. Thank
Cool.
you.
Cool.
All right. So we will then head below with Madman and Lord Keldrin. And the other paladin, Ogden.
I mean, but everyone who matters has been named.
Yes, all 3 of you have been named, so yeah.
Damn it.
You head deeper into the barracks. You've actually not spent a great deal of time down here. The kind of very technical side of things was really never your primary forte. And this does mainly look like experimentation and such.
Of what kind?
Hmm?
Of what kind?
Well, you see a couple rooms where it looks like they're experimenting with new types of armor. New, you actually see one nearly completed suit. And remind me, what armor is it that you're wearing? It's the...
It's the Mark II Iron Crusader.
Yeah, you're in the Mark II. You actually have noticed that a lot of the knights that were there today are actually in Mark III.
Oh, la-di-da.
Remember, yours is an old suit of armor.
Yeah, I know.
But as you're walking past, he kind of looks at that suit of armor and he goes, it seems that the Mark V is nearly complete. I'm interested to see how that prototype handles itself. And he continues on down the hallway. You pass a couple more labs that are closed off that you actually can't see into. And then towards the end, they get to a room that looks very much more medical in nature.
So glad I didn't come.
And as you walk in, you do see a large metal box, which you recognize from the other day.
Okay.
And you also then see a number of other glass tubes further back in the room that are far enough back in the shadows that you actually can't make out what's in them, other than silhouettes of what look like body shapes. And there are two medical technicians in the room, and they immediately kind of salute as the Lord enters. One of them kind of looks really nervous and says, my Lord, I didn't realize that you were going to be paying us a visit today. And is everything well above? And the Lord kind of...
That's actually me saying that.
The Lord kind of nods at them and he says, things are under control above, but there's been a question raised. Have you opened this case as of yet? And they kind of both look nervous and they say, well, no, sir. We were waiting on the head EMT to conduct the investigation. And he nods and he says, never mind waiting. Open the case. And they both look a bit confused, but they start they start unbolting this case and opening it up. As they open the case, it's empty.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, no shit.
And they kind of look really confused. I don't understand. We were informed that there was the body of one of the demon attackers in this case. That's what was brought.
Is there is there a lock to this box?
You've just watched them unbolt it.
Okay, unbolt it.
It was bolted closed.
Oh,
Looks like we have a spy in our midst.
yeah. Damn it! I was gonna do that reveal,
It was
close in, like.
it was bolted closed with power hammers when they put the body in it, and you've just watched them unbolt the thing.
Can I make some kind of perception or investigation check to see if that's the same one I recognize from?
Certainly, yeah. Give me an investigation check.
Like if someone did a switcheroo, so to speak. Shit. Investigation?
Investigation.
Someone pray for me. No? Okay.
I pray.
17. Natural
Hey.
17. Not that bad.
You know,
My prayers
it
worked.
really looks
Thank you.
like the same box. I mean, it's a metal box with handles that's been bolted closed. That's kind of casket shaped.
That retrospective, we should have maybe put something in there so we would have seen if it was a switcheroo. But yeah. Can I smell inside? Like that girl got burned, right? So does it smell like burnt flesh or anything like that? If there would have been a body in there for like 24 hours, then or 12 hours, then at least it would
Give me
smell.
a perception check.
Okay. 12.
You smell ash and cinnamon.
Okay.
Cinnamon. Didn't we smell cinnamon before?
Shit, I think you're right. But I don't remember from where or how. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Casey.
That's what you get from that perception.
No. If what is Lord Condar's?
The Lord looks frustrated, angry. He turns to Ogden and he says, I would like a full investigation into everyone who came in contact with this box from the time it left the gate until now. And, Paladin Ogden basically snaps a salute and heads out of there very quickly. And Kalmadir turns to you, and he says, I understand that you and your group of allies are the ones who brought this body to our gates.
Yes, that's correct.
What can you tell me of the others?
There was we fought 3 of them. The 2,
4 of them.
4 of them?
There were 4 of them.
There was. Okay, but we only saw 3.
No, we saw 4.
We did.
There was this one, the winged, and two different other tieflings.
Okay.
Two of them ran away.
Technically 3 of them did.
Yeah. Well, one of them we basically killed.
Yeah.
And then they somehow got up.
Yeah.
And transformed into a demon.
Okay. In that case,
you haven't mentioned that in any of your reports as of yet either.
No. We kind of we didn't. That was something we were supposed to do during the debriefing.
Which seems to be happening now for the Lord.
Yes, Lord Conrad. Basically, the situation that happened, we were ambushed on our way south by, at the time, 3 of these demons. Turned out to be 4 hidden by magic. One of them was obviously the leader, seemed to be far more of a demon than the rest. It had wings, horns, it could fly, and it shot fire through magical means, I assume. We killed it and this one, while the 2 others escaped. We do suspect, however, that winged one, which we also suspect is the leader, somehow transformed and disappeared in a similar way that this one did. But this was not something that we witnessed. It was something that we could not find the body, which in my book means it's still out there.
And we found.
So you had reason
evidence
to suspect this transformation already, and did not mention it when you turned over this body.
It happened instantaneous for the other one. It did not happen for this one, and this one did not have wings. We just assumed that it was something particular with the leader, and not something that one of its newest peons could do. And we did run tests on it. It was dead as a rock.
Do you know anything more of this, as you call it, peon?
It was originally a missing person's case, and we believe that this one has been caught up with a cult of the archdemon Prometheus, the Fire Lord. My original intention was to catch the ringleader of this cult, question him, kill anyone who opposed us, and to rescue anyone who hadn't been entirely indoctrinated. This is obviously no normal cult.
He just kind of nods as if he's waiting for you to say more.
Shit, do we have more? We know that both humans and elves have been abducted to be transformed into these things. My only theory this far is that the person in question should have some kind of magical aptitude. And my ally from earlier, Aiden Arkengrim, he has a theory of where
magic user.
Yes. He has magical means of finding people, which is how we originally tracked this person. And I believe he and my other companion are the best bet to find the ringleader of this cult.
He kind of nods thoughtfully. And he looks at you and he says, "Very well. I will take your thoughts under advisement for now.
Thank you,
I
sir.
will confer with Lord Tyrell and Lord Hassan."
Lord Hassan is the Lord of...
The fifth.
Ah.
Fight the threat of magic.
Yeah, of course he's involved.
I will confer with the other lords and seek their counsel, as this is an area more in their purview than my own. However, in the meantime, be wary. Do not go searching for trouble beyond your reach. It is always good for one of us to do all that we can. But you must be careful not to stretch too far and leave yourself vulnerable.
I will keep that in mind, sir.
If these creatures are as powerful as today would suggest, I would believe that most of us are not yet ready to face their kind.
May I suggest, sir, while you are discussing the matter with the other lords, I would like to find a way to combat these fire demons more efficiently. I will